What is up, guys? I hope you're doing well. The market is heating up right now. And obviously, if you're paying attention to the things that I'm calling, you might have seen some life-changing calls that I've been making as of recently. 𝗏 has probably been one of the best calls that I've made in a while. And like, this is not even a joke. I call it 600K market cap. It just hit a new all-time high of 30.9 million market cap. As you can see on the screen right now, every day I open the chart and it gets to a new all-time high. It's absolutely insanity. And I said it was alpha. Obviously, 𝗏 has been the sponsor of these live streams on 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 for a few months now. And it was like this for good reason, because I knew that this would be alpha. And I'm a very strong believer of the fact that the best is yet to come. It's probably going to hit like 100 million and plus without giving any financial advice. Do your own research, because I don't believe that the run is over. I think far from it. Okay. And obviously, I have a free Telegram channel. You can see some of the alerts that I've been putting and some of the wins that I'm making in the trenches with gambles every single day. We've been cooking, and I don't think that there's any better moment to lock in than now, because we're seeing a big revival of tech projects. Obviously, 𝗏 has been one of the first ones that I've called this year, but OGs in the space will remember that I used to make a lot of banking calls, especially into the AI sphere or general like tech projects really in 2024 or even last year. And it seems like we're going from this meme coin only scenario, which people just ape meme coins, and there's all these 10 to 20K toppers bundled by Fortnite kids. And we're moving a little bit towards tech again, because people want to hold projects, want to buy them, kind of like forget that they bought them in the first place, and go to bed like sleeping peacefully, knowing that they're not buying something from a serial rugger. Okay, that's a big thing. And I hope that this is going to be the sentiment that is going to drive the trenches in 2026. So because of this, obviously, 𝗏 was the first win in terms of tech that I did this year. But I've done my research, and I have another project into the tech space. And this is an exchange that it's way more than a DEX. And to talk about it and to talk about what the guys are building, I've actually decided to run a very quick AMA segment with one of the founders of the project. So I'm going to bring Santos on the screen. I hope you're ready, bro. What up?
What up, bro? Everything all right?
What's up? Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's a pleasure, obviously, to have you on. We've been speaking quite a while over the last few days. I love what you guys are doing, and this is why I decided to obviously get involved. So why don't you give like a very quick 1-minute introduction of what the project is even about, why you exist, and why people buy it?
I think this project is a product of what we ourselves wanted to operate in. So we were on the other side, of every problem that we are solving. So we got liquidated by bad margin systems. We watched good projects die on bad launch pads. And this frustration for the path that this market that we all love was turning into became higher.
That's beautiful. And obviously, one of the main things that just got my attention is the fact that you guys are doxed. Like when I see like the faces of the founder is already a big plus. This is what why I also preach 𝗏 so heavily, because everybody was doxed, and so is your case. And I know that also it's not really a new launch. How long have you guys been around? Like the token has been launched like around 1 month ago, right? How long have you been actually working on the tech?
Like 1+ years.
Wow.
We've been grinding a lot, but I think that what really sets us apart is our values and our vision, because we think in this, and what we are trying to do here is something to live for the next decade, not just for the next hype cycle. Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, as I was mentioning before, you're not just a DEX in which you can do some perps and whatever. What's the selling point, would you say, of the platform?
Yeah, it's actually our launch pad, because we saw a major problem. Okay, there are really talented people, talented builders out there with real projects that bring real value to the table and that actually do something, and they their options are really limited. They either have a lot of money and they pay to play, or in reality they get buried into noise, And that's one of the main reasons we built the Launchpad. It was to create an ecosystem where early stage projects with real committed team and real value can launch properly. A merit-based place, to bring back credibility to the space and also opportunity to the investors. Bro, just imagine a place where that the projects launched are already filtered by what we like to call the gold standard. Okay, it's actually simple because we verify the team, we do rigorous audits, we check if there is an actual product and an actual demand for it, and that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. Why don't you show us the platform? I actually put your screen right now. Why don't you show us the platform a little bit? What can we actually trade also on the trading side of things?
Well, this week we just launched stocks, okay, and that's huge. We are, I think that I can say this, but we are adding this week, okay.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. Wow. Okay.
We have already commodities too, a lot of normal pairs, but what we are trying to do is like make a total market terminal where with on average, you are going to trade every major asset. We want to add indices, forex even. Okay, that's our main goal for the traders. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely like what sold me on it initially. The fact that I love the word that you said of like an all-purpose trading terminal. It's not just trenches related or DEX related with like traditional pair like BTC, XRP, whatever. The fact that you're putting stocks, you're putting commodities. Now these pre-IPO things, I'm actually excited to see what this is gonna look like. And I love the fact that every single week, like we've been working on together for like a couple of weeks now. I don't know you forever, but every couple of days I see that there's a new announcement and some new features that you guys have been working on behind the scenes, and there's always something that you're adding. So I love teams that are like this. I love teams that keep building, and we've obviously been through a sort of bear market. Now things are heating up a little bit, and I hope that the orange man doesn't say something outrageous next week and we can actually keep up with the positive trend. But the fact is that this is the kind of project that I really see thriving when the market condition obviously become a little better. And now I'm going to put my screen again. I'm going to show the chart a second. Obviously, there's been some major dips. There's been some dips all around. It's not been like a straight line, but every single time that we see a dip, there's a lot of buying pressure. There's a lot of whales that seem to get active again to accumulate supply. So obviously we saw a big dip like earlier today, but it got eaten right away. This obviously talks numbers from you guys, because people are really interested. I do believe that there's a lot of people that are just like have this on their watch list and they're looking for entries, and they take advantage of every chance they get to just accumulate more and to see it for something for the long term. I don't see many projects, even in the tech space, really, that have launched on 1 month or over a month ago with the charts looking like this, that is making higher highs and higher lows. Like it looks very, very good. So yeah, what's the vision now? What now? Obviously, are you working on a lot of new stuff that are going to implement? Any marketing plans, things that people want to hear?
Bro, what I can tell you is that the first listing is actually pretty close, okay? And
sex listing we're talking about?
Yeah, the launchpad listing, launchpad.
Launchpad is okay.
Listing, okay?
Great.
We are working behind the scenes, with builders, pressure testing projects, and first of all, making sure that the first name that carries the gold standard actually represents it, because it will set the tone for everything that follows, and that means something for us, and we think that it's going to be really important and massive for us. So it needs to go well, Also,
absolutely.
we are also rolling out a few more things like a mining program, because we want to give our community real ways to earn within the ecosystem, also trading competitions with real prizes and hackathons, because we want that the sharpest developers on crypto to build on top of what we are creating, and that is our main goal. Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So obviously everything looks extremely promising. The chart looks good. The tech is teching. Like, you guys are dropping updates on a daily. So I would obviously encourage everyone that is wanting to get involved and find out more about it to just follow their X page. And yeah, I do believe that there's going to be very good times for this. Anything else that we didn't touch that you wanted to add?
If you want to, I can talk a little bit about the token. Or
yeah, why not?
So
anything that we didn't talk about that. Yeah.
So our token, every fee, 50% of the fees of the token are being buyback and burned.
Oh yeah, I completely forgotten about that. Yeah, talk about that for sure. That's an interesting thing.
Every listing that we will do will also buy back and burn. Okay, and buy back and burn. And we also have a prop firm partnership where to show commitment to our holders, and if they lock the tokens for 1 year, they get access to a funded account. Okay. And
wow. Okay.
Our goal is like to create buying pressure, in the token. So that's it. And we are trying to add a few more things to give the token real utility. Okay. It's really important for us. We are a utility project, so our token needs to have real utility. Our top holders will get a few perks, but I can't say much. As you said, we are always.
Yeah. I know. It's still nerdy stage at the end of the day. I know that.
But actually, that's what we do. We are builders, and that's what we like. That's why we are always every week with a new thing. So just watch it and let's go.
That's beautiful. And I love the fact, obviously, of these buyback and burns, because if you think about it, like, I was very huge on Hyperliquid. I made an insane trade last year, and the buybacks were really the thing that skyrocketed Hyperliquid to, the top cryptos on the top 20, really. So that is definitely a big selling point that you guys have, and obviously perks for the top holders, all these things. Like, I think that the future looks bright for sure. So I really want to thank you for this. I would love also to have you like in a few weeks or months and see where the project is headed. But I'm sure that in between, I'm going to talk a lot about it and a lot of things to get excited about. So thank you again. And we'll catch up soon.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. All right. What do you guys think about that? I think it's absolutely sick. Like, this thing about the buybacks and this all-around trading ecosystem that they're building, all the things to get excited about. And these are brand new projects, but still already 30 days that the token has been out. The chart is really going up a lot. You can see buying pressure. See this chart. Like, look, like even today, I'm pre-recording this video, by the way, one day before you see it. And you see it, we dropped to like 530K or something like that. It went to 730 within a couple of hours. So there's buying pressure. There's people that are interested. They are looking, okay? They're looking for that. So exactly what you want to see. Now, the next project on the list is Dumb Money. This has been another insane cook. Even if you're on my free Telegram, you probably would have made quite a bit of money with it. And people, obviously, in my VIP group made an insane amount of money because we achieved almost a 6x from my call, okay? I called it at 1.2 million in market cap, and let's take a look at the all-time high. Went to 7.89 million in market cap. Insanity. I still believe that we could be early. Obviously, a lot of profits were already made. I'm not going to tell you to buy at 80 million in market cap, but right now we're seeing a retracement of around 50%, which could be a good spot, honestly, to accumulate. And I'm sure that the lore is quite easy to understand because, okay, let me just change the screen a little bit. All right, can you guys see it? Yes. Obviously, everybody will remember during the virus The virus period, yeah. You will remember the run that GameStop had. Obviously, Roaring Kitty, like all these big movements of retail. Everybody knows that smart money moves the market. And dumb money is considered to be retail, or people that, a term used by Wall Street to describe retail investor, average Joes, easy targets, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and obviously the GameStop store squeeze gave Wall Street a real taste of what dumb money could do. So this was the original lore. And we've seen in recent times a lot of streamers, a lot of TikTokers that started putting videos with a red bandana, just like Roaring Kitty used to have. I actually was supposed to film this video with a red bandana, but Amazon is very slow in this country. So I didn't get it yet, but probably next week I'm going to film a video with that. And this token kind of celebrates the advent of a new generation of dumb money bull posters, okay? And with all these guys with red bandanas, you can actually buy one, and you can see you can generate your PFP. And here they actually have an official store in which you can buy the red bandana themed with dumb money, which is absolutely sick. So this is a real company now behind it. They also filed for, obviously, for the LLC, I think in the US, or I'm not sure where. But the thing is, they're making actual business moves. Obviously, this is a meme coin, doesn't have any sort of utility, but there's a lot of hype surrounding this movement. And this is why I do believe that it could go very, very high. You can purchase the bandana here. You can see like $9. I think it's worth the investment. I obviously been bull posting a little bit over the last few days because I thought that it would do quite well. And again, a 6x from my call. It's obviously a big success. And it's super memeable. It's normie friendly. Like if there's anything that reminds you of the sort of movement of GameStop and you want to see it be applied to crypto, I think that this is the meme coin for it. So the narrative, in my opinion, is second to none right now. It's one of the best meme coins that I've seen because it actually brings a movement together. So probably one of the best stickers that I've seen out of the entire year. And I also love the kind of marketing that they're doing because you can see that they're doing a lot of stuff IRL. So I'm going to scroll through some of the recent posts and show you guys live. So this one, for instance, they put this billboard in Linwood in LA. There's also, a lot of people are talking about it on Reddit. This is one of my favorite things ever. I saw this video. So they got this. Is it called a billboard? I don't know, but it's coming out of a plane. I think it was in the UK or something like that. That money made me do it. I mean, you don't see this kind of marketing every day, right? Like the thing that it's really separating this from being another ordinary meme coin is the kind of approach that the team is taking. And I absolutely love that, honestly. I also want to remind you, by the way, before ending this video, that I'm doing every sort of trade on Trojan. Trojan is the trading terminal that I'm using. Every single trade, every Solana token, meme coin, utility project, I'm buying everything on Trojan. With my link, you can get 45% off fees in cashback, which is absolutely great. So 45% of what you spend on fees, you get it back in your Solana balance. So get on it. It's also the best platform on the market overall. And I also want to remind you that I'm going to start streaming on Kick as well, on my personal Kick profile. So give it a follow. I don't have streams right now. I just created it, but you can see all of the links on my X profile, which obviously it's Cepryl. And if you don't know me yet, make sure to also follow my subscribe to my personal YouTube channel. All of the links are pretty much here on the profile of my X profile, on the bio of my X profile, sorry. And you're also going to be able to find a lot of referral links down in the description of this video, such as Trojan, FOMO, or even for perps. For perps, I'm trading on Bitunix and Bluffin. There's a trading competition right now on Bluffin. If you click on the link down below, nobody trade on Bitunix, but anyway, both of them are good. Okay, so going back to the money, obviously, there's also been listings that have been given to this meme coin for free, and this is also one of the really alpha signals, I want to call them, because the majority of projects just pay multiple 5 figures to get listed on tier 2 to tier 3 exchanges. And these guys are just getting listed for free on exchanges such as Maxi, which obviously have a lot of volume. And I think it really speaks numbers because these kind of exchanges see the potential in meme coins like this and decide to list them for free because they're going to make a lot of money out of trading volume. So that is a good sign. It's not something, it's something that used to happen maybe in the past a little bit, but it doesn't really matter anymore. So incredibly bullish. There's also a lot of partnerships that have been announced this last few days. A lot of people are talking about it, and just like I was saying before, this trend of the red bandana is really coming back. So man, this is getting as viral as it gets. I absolutely love this shit. Okay, so here you can see some other IRL content. Here there's a billboard in Vegas. How many freaking billboards have been, oh my god, like there's so many. Another one in Cali. It seems like every few hours they're getting a new billboard. Like they're really getting out there and trying to become, you know, as normie friendly as possible. People that don't even know anything about crypto are just getting interested in this. There's a lot of TikTokers, obviously, that are talking about it. So yeah, I just believe that we're gonna go much higher. Like the thesis is that simple, but usually the things that are so damn simple are also the ones that are going to perform very well in the end. A reminder, if you're in my private group, you would have gotten this at 1.2 million market cap, so around here in the chart. And if you want to get access, it's also going to be linked down in the description. I just want to remind you also that people with my Riv call alone, some of the guys in my private group became millionaires. Some made 6 figures, some made 5 figures, even putting very little money. So if you want to join, you're going to get access to calls like this, and even just one single call amongst all these ones that are making could change your life entirely. I just want to remind you because it's a big damn deal. Okay, now would I still buy now? If you think about it, it's a big correction. So yes, I would probably buy now. No financial advice. Look for dips. Never be the kind of guy that top lasts. Always buy, you know, a local dip, because obviously when the chart is oversold, you want to buy, and when the chart is overbought, you want to sell. That should be as simple as it gets. So these are my picks. 𝗦 and the money are my new picks. Riv keeps going strong, and I'm gonna keep holding a moon bag of Riv until $1 billion, because it's gonna get there eventually. It's gonna take a bit of time, but I do believe that we're gonna be into the hundreds of millions very soon. It's only a 3x from here, and it already did a 50x. So another 3x, what is it in the grand scheme of things? All the links are gonna be down in the description of this video. As always, I'm Cepryl, and I'll see you next week right here on Crypto Banter. Ciao, ciao.